we go. All right, so we're talking about the imperfect tense. And right now we're just going to talk about the regular verbs. So turn your document over to the graphic. All right, so the imperfect tense, all but 3 verbs, ser, ir, and ver, are regular verbs. Yay!
Sweet.
There are only 2 endings that you have to learn. Yay!
Sweet.
You have regular AR endings, and you have regular ER and IR endings.
Oh God.
Okay? ER and IR, just like in the preterite, are exactly the same. So, already sounding much better. So, AR endings, here they are. Yo, Abba. Tu, Abbas. El, ella, usted, Abba. How do you know the difference? Context clues, yes. Nosotros. Here's where there's a little bit of a kick. Have we had accent marks in the nosotros form?
Whoa,
No.
Whoa.
Now you do.
I don't like this.
Vamos, with an accent on that A. You can write down the vosotros if you want. We're not going to use it. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, hablan. Salud. It's very, very similar to present tense. Salud. It's very similar. The 2 form ends with an S. The nosotros ends with mos. And the third person plural ends with an N. So that's similar to what you learned in the present tense. So here's some examples. The yo form, daba, for the verb dar.
Yeah, it is.
If you want to write this down on the side somewhere, that'll work. So what do you think the 2 form would be? Dabas, good. Third person singular, daba. Okay, what about nosotros? Dabamos. Dabamos. Because it's got that accent, see? This is very important. The reason for that is so that you pronounce it correctly. Okay, it's not dabamos, but dabamos. In Spanish, usually the accent on a multisyllabic word is going to be on the 3rd syllable from the end. So we have uno, mos, dos, ba, tres, da. So if you count back 3, generally that's where your accent is going to be, is on that 3rd syllable from the end. Dabamos. Okay? And then we have 3rd person plural, daban. Easy peasy.
It's easy peasy.
That's it, it's pretty much. Okay, so here's the ER and IR endings. Now, all of these have accent marks.
Uh-oh.
All of them. So the yo form is ia, with an accent on the I.
Yeah.
Sort of. 2 form is ias.
Yeah.
El, ella, usted, ia. Nosotros, íamos. And then the ellos, ellas, ustedes, ian. So what's the one big thing you need to remember between ARs and IRs? IRs all have to have accents, yeah. Are ERs going to be the same way? Yes. Okay, good. That's the biggie. If you can remember that, you're well on your way. So here's an IR verb. Vivir. Yo form vivía. What would the 2 form be, Austin? Vivías, good. Okay, we need another minute so people can write these down. And this will be posted on YouTube here in a little while. Listo? Okay.
Estoy
All right, so vivía, the two form is vivías. Third person singular is going to be what, Emily? That vivía. Vivía, good. Like that? Okay, what about the nosotros form, Nate? Vivíamos. All right, vosotros, I'll just show you. You don't really need it. What about the third person plural, Dean? Vivían, good.
How would you say this?
Vivíais. Vivíais. I said you're really not going to have to fool with it much.
Isn't that like y'all or something for like Tessa and y'all?
All right, so that's the end of that. So now we're going to talk about the irregulars. And remember from the previous lesson or the previous show, there's only 3. Yeah. The imperfect tense, like we've said, is the past tense. We only use it with physical descriptions, weather, age, time, emotion, and reoccurring actions. And yeah, you might want to get that down. It's not so important right now, but it will be very important here in about 3 weeks. And there's only 3 irregulars. Ser, which means what? To be. Ir, to go. Ver, to see. Good. So once again, we only use the imperfect tense for physical descriptions. Rachel estaba bonita. Hacía sol. It was sunny. Noah tenía 16 años.
It's supposed to be 97 degrees.
Ay, Dios mío.
Today?
Era a las 11. Stephanie estaba feliz. Okay. Los estudiantes iban a la escuela todos los días. Reoccurring action.
So like it happened again?
Happened over and over. It's like a habit.
Oh.
Okay? So, here we go.
Oh, there's 2 R's in there.
Ser, which means to be. The yo form is era. So, if you were a guessing person, what would you think the to form would be? Eras. El ella usted is era.
Same as you.
Yep, same as you. So you have to rely on context clues and other things. The nosotros, éramos. You do need that accent mark. Éramos. And then finally, the third person plural is going to be eran. And you've already seen this in the stories and heard it. And you just now know what it is. Okay, so let's move on to ver, which means to see. Yo veo que Ethan estaba cansado. I see that Ethan was tired. All right?
Get up, Ethan.
So here we go. Yo veía. Veía. It almost follows the ER pattern. You just have to stick that E in there. Otherwise, it just follows the pattern. So the to form is going to be what? Veías. ¿Él, ella, usted? Veía. Good. Nosotros? What do you think? Veíamos. Good. And I'll show you the vosotros. And then third person plural, veían. Veían. You kind of got to work your jaw around all those vowels. All right, so there's one more. Ir, which means to go. Have you noticed that ir is irregular in every
Oh,
tense?
it's like irregular.
Irregular. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so here we go. Yo iba. So the to form is going to be what? Ibas. ¿Elea usted? Iba. So based on what we've done so far, do you think the nosotros is going to have an accent mark on it? Absolutely. Íbamos. Íbamos. And then there's ibais. And finally, iban. And that's it, guys. That is it.